Very good morning. Today we are going to discuss some of the very important definitions in the management information systems, that is data, information, information system, business process, and management information system. So let's have a look on one by one. As we all of you know, so data is nothing but it is certain information that we are gathering with respect to something. So it is nothing but it can be a characteristics or information. Normally it is a numerical information and that is collected through the observations. So in more technical sense, data is a set of values of quantitative or qualitative variables about one or more person or the object. Like say for example, when I say he is an intelligent student, it is the property of that particular student. It is a qualitative variable. When I say that particular student has scored 80% of marks, so it is the property of that student and it is a quantitative variable. Okay. So this is a data. I have not yet made any analysis or I have not yet stored that. So this is just a piece of information or it is just the characteristics of that particular person or student. So this is one of the definition which is given on the Wikipedia. The same way, we are using the other term, that is the information. Now, information is nothing but it is again some data with respect to some person or certain object. But what is the difference? So it is the stimuli that has meaning in some context for its receiver. That means we are trying to grab some meaningful information out of the stored data. So when information is entered and stored into a computer, it is generally referred as data. And after processing is what? It is formatting or printing or some processing with respect to that data. The output data can again be perceived as information. So typically when it is information technology, the word come repeatedly like data or information. So we may get confused. So what is the data and what is the information? So I will just explain it with respect to some examples. So for example, there is a timetable or merit list or say report card. What it is giving me certain information. But by assembling the different items of data into certain meaningful format, what my merit list contains, it contains the name of the students, the marks they have scored, and the least number in that merit list. Okay. So this is the information that I obtained after assembling the items of the data. Okay. So marks obtained by the student and their roll number form a data, and the report card or the sheet is the information. So when I store it in certain meaningful format, you can call it as information. Now this information has certain characteristics. It must be relevant, it must be accurate, it must be complete, and it must be obtained timely. For example, the same information, if I am not updating and it is not correct, then it is having no meaning for that particular information. It should always be relevant. It should always be accurate, correct, and it should be complete. And that means whenever I am obtaining the information, I should have to consider everything with respect to time and with respect to the correctness, with respect to accuracy of that particular information. When I collect such type of information, when I process it, I may get certain benefits such as information is indisputable. It helps to create strong strategies. That means it helps me to create the business strategy. When I have the accurate and relevant data with me, I can automatically I can take certain decision. I can create my own strategies for the business. I can optimize the performance of the business, and also I can build a good relationship with the customers, okay, using whatever the information that is gathered. So when I want to differentiate between the data and information, though I'm using the same words with same meaning many times, but there is a small difference. The data are the streams of raw facts. That means normally the data is not organized or not stored in specific format. They are not formatted. The data are streams of raw facts and the information. When I organize the same data in certain meaningful format, it becomes the information. So suppose I just collect the information of the students, it becomes the data. But once I create the Excel sheet or one table with all the entries, that means one row is related to one student, which gives me the information like name, roll number, sex, telephone number, and so on, then it becomes the information. So information is a data shaped into meaningful form. Now the next is the information system, the set of interrelated components. When I say information system, as an example, very basic example is say Excel sheet, or you can say one table, a database table. What it is? It is a set containing rows and columns, the columns having multiple fields, and one row is related to the information with respect to one object or one person. So all the columns, they gives me the interrelated information with respect to one object or say one person. So such information, which is a set of interrelated, which is stored in the form of a set of interrelated components, is called as information system. We can collect, we can process, we can store, and we can distribute the information when I use the information system. And how I can use it? On the computers, I can use the different software tools for such type of processing. So when I say the information system, I can use the terms collection, processing, storage, and distribution of the information with respect to the information that we have gathered. So what it does, it supports the decision making, coordination work, control, problem analysis, and even it helps me creating a new product from whatever the information is gathered. The major role of information system in the business is to provide the solution to the challenges in the business environment, and that's why the information system becoming very important day by day. So how can I define now information system? Information system, it is an integrated set of components. We have discussed earlier what it does. The integrated set of components for collecting, storing, and processing data, and providing information, knowledge, and digital products. So this is the information system definition. Many business firms, institutes, organizations, they rely on the information system for many tasks, like to carry out and manage different operations, to interact with the customers and supplier because they have a large database with them with respect to these customers and suppliers, and to compete in the market space. So nowadays it is eventually an online business, so we have to compete with many vendors, many competitors. So this particular information system helps us to compete in the market space. There are different types of information systems that we can use in our business. It is the transaction processing system for the day-to-day operations in the business. Then decision support system to take certain decision based on the data that we have collected. We will analyze the data and we can make certain decisions based on that, called as decision support system. Knowledge management system, whatever the data or the knowledge that we have gathered, we have to manage it efficiently. It is the knowledge management system. Learning management system, we have to learn something from the collected information, that is the learning management system. Then database management system, whenever we are storing the data in the form of a databases, that is as we have discussed in the collection of rows and columns, so that we call as a database management system. And the office information system, to manage the day-to-day activities in the office, we are using the office information system. So these are the typically different type of information system we use in day-to-day activities of the business. So what are the advantages of information system? The efficient storage of information, safety and security, quick retrieval of the information at a glance. I can get the idea about certain activities and I can very quickly retrieve the information that I require for my business. The fast information processing and distribution. The information and processing and distribution is very quick once we use the information system. So anywhere in the world, we know the famous example of internet, and at very cost. Nowadays, these systems are very cheaper as compared to the previous times. Then we have a better analytical capabilities. We grow by making the decisions, or it helps in making the different kind of decisions when we have such an information system with us, a computerized data, the different type of information system, different type of software tools. They help us to make the correct and proper decisions once we make the analysis of that data. So better analytical capabilities is one of the major advantage, and nowadays we are using it in the business repeatedly. The fourth definition is the business process. A business process, as a Wikipedia defines this business process or business method or the business function. Anything can be used, business process, business method, or business function. What it is a collection of related structured activities or tasks by the people or equipment in which a specific sequence produces a service or product for a particular customer or customers. So once you go in a repeated structured activities, you go through a repeated structured set of activities or tasks, which is performed by the people or might be the tools or equipments, but there is a specific sequence of services or the product which we normally generate for certain specific customer or certain customers. So this is called as a business process. So at the end, you develop a specific activity or specific product. So that is the business process. After accomplishment of all the business processes, you satisfy customer with some specific product. So that is a definition of business process. So what we do, as you can see in this particular diagram, there is a business steps. In the business process, what is involved? The one are the business goals. Once you define the goal, you have to take the specific steps with respect to your goals, and ultimately you have to involve the stakeholders like the customer as well as the employees. Employees can be manager or the person who is actually working on that particular project. So those are called as the stakeholders. So in this business process, this everything is involved, and we have to first define the goals. Accordingly, we have to define the steps, and then we have to involve the the stakeholders. So a business process is a collection of linked tasks which find their aid in the delivery of service or product to the client. The important thing is that we have to deliver a specific service or specific product required by the client. That is the most important thing, and for that purpose we have to perform the collection of linked tasks. Okay. So business process has also been defined as a set of activities and tasks that once completed will accomplish an organizational goal. So many times this business process is not only for delivering a product, but many times this business process is executed for achieving or accomplish certain organizational goal. So that also can be defined as a business process. So these processes they constitute the core business. So in this core business, these all operational steps are constituted. The next definition is the management information system. How to define management information system? We have seen information, we have seen information system. Now we have to define management information system. So it is nothing but it is a computer system. Definitely it is an information system based on the computer system, consisting of hardware and software that serve as a backbone of organization's operation. So that we are using for serving the organizational different operations. So this management information system, what it does, it gathers the data from multiple online systems, analyzes that information and reports data to aid in management decision making. As the word comes management, the most important function is the decision making. So this decision making task for this management is done using the management information system after analyzing the stored information on the computers. So management information systems, the main process is that processing the data into information. So data is an input to certain process, and at the end result, we are collecting certain information. This is the information system, or you can say the management information system. So information, it is nothing but it is the meaningful data or the collection of facts. Societies mainly depend on this information. The information support to achieve desired objectives like planning, organizing, decision making, and our information system supports this particular function. The information system process or handles the data to be useful information. So for that, it can use hardware, it can use software, it can use telecommunication system, it can use internet, it can use computer networks, or it can use even databases. Now IS, that is the information system, is a computer system related to process data and provide the required information. So what is the ultimate aim of management information system? Collection of data, processing it, like planning, organizing, and making certain decision after the analysis of the data, and to convert it in a required information. That is the main task of management information system. So as an example, we can see the ATM machine, airline reservation system, or anything automated system. They are the specific example of the management information system. Thank you.